company. You give me some of you, I give you some of me. You look good, baby, must taste heavenly. I'm pretty sure that you got your own recipe. So pick it up, yeah, I like you. I just can't get enough, I gotta drive through. Cause it's me, you, me, you. All night, have it your way. For play before I feed your appetite. Let me get my ticket, baby, let me get in line. I can tell the way you like it, baby, super size. Hold on, you got yours, let me get mine. I ain't leaving till they turn over the clothesline, check it.
Take my order cause your body like a carry-out. Let me walk into your body till you hear me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Take my order cause your body like a carry-out. And let me walk into your body till it's lights out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Number one, I take two number threes. That's a whole lot of you and a side of me. Now is it full of myself to want you full of me? And if it's room for dessert, then I want a piece. Baby, get my order right, no errors. I'ma touch you in all the right areas. I can feed you, you can feed me. Girl, deliver that to me, come see me. Cause it's me, you, me, you. All night, have it your way. For play before I feed your appetite. Do you like it well done? Cause I do it well. Cause I'm well seasoned if you couldn't tell. Now let me walk into your body till you hear me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Say, take my order cause your body like a carry out. Let me walk into your body till you hear me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Take my order cause your body like a carry out. And let me walk into your body till it's lights out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. What's your name? What's your number? I'm glad I came. Can you take my order? What's your name? Girl, what's your number? I'm glad I came. Can you take my order? Come over here. What's your name? Come closer. What's your number? Over here. I'm glad I came. A little closer. Can you take my order? Come over here. What's your name? Come closer. What's your number? Over here. I'm glad I came. A little closer. Can you take my order? Take my order cause your body like a carry out. Let me walk into your body till you hear me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Take my order cause your body like a carry out. And let me walk into your body till it's lights out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Turn me on, my baby, don't you cut me out. Take my order cause your body like a carry out.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mystic Rick's Crypto Picks. I am your host, Mystic Rick. And before we get started today, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. And we have some great stuff to go over today. Of course, we're going to talk about Solana, a great blockchain, super lightning fast. And if you watch some of my previous videos about Solana and Solanium and what they mean as a pair, you'd have learned some great things about this blockchain. But we're going to take a second to dive in. And before we get started, ELD Vet, welcome in. How you guys doing today? So we're going to go ahead and get started on this so that I can get to the live analysis of the crypto market. So this is the Solana ecosystem, and of course it's growing rapidly. This is an update from June 25th, and a lot of you probably didn't even know that projects such as Chainlink actually exist under the Solana ecosystem. It is an Oracle project. Now I'm also really interested in Band as well as Switchboard, so be on the lookout to see if I end up making a video on those two projects. Now also, Trust Wallet falls under the Solana ecosystem, and it is a great wallet. and of course, Solanium, which is a great launch pad that we have went over already. And be on the lookout for a Soul Starter video as well. I really love this ecosystem. I love the blockchain because of its speed and what they are accomplishing as such a young blockchain. Now, as you can see, there's lots of projects in the DeFi space, including Oxygen, Serum, Radium, and several others. They have great NFT space, tool explorers, staking platforms, Web3 and e-commerce, privacy projects, and great infrastructure. Everyone's heard of the Graph and Phantom, but make sure to check out the other ones as well, such as Waves. Okay, so there's a lot of great projects that exist on this ecosystem. And also, and I'm not seeing it on here, but I know it's a part of it, Step Finance. I'm scanning right now. Okay, yes, it is right here. As you can see, Step Finance, they changed the icon. It used to have a black background. That's why I couldn't really see it. Okay, but again, it is a great project. And so make sure that you guys check it out. Now, let's look at some numbers. So the all-time low for Solana was 50 cents. All-time high this cycle, $58. Had you invested 5 grand at the opening price of 50 cents, it would have been worth $580,000 in the 2021 bull run at peak price. Makes you want to throw up when you think about it, doesn't it? I know it makes me want to throw up too. So this here is just a little DCA action for you. This is a live update. It's currently 47% down from its cycle peak. And if you were to take $10,000 and DCA into this coin, and if it does reach 90% off, it might not. But this is what your numbers would look like. Okay, so if it were able to just do a 3x, okay, you would make more than 3 times your money. If it were to do a 10x, which is realistic if we do see a $150,000 Bitcoin, you'd pocket 15 times the amount of money you put in. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? Now, if you are interested in getting some Solana, you can find it on FTX, Gate.io, which is a great exchange, by the way, Coinbase, and of course, Binance. Now, let's take a deep dive at the actual market. If you look at the market here, of course, it's coming in at $30.36. And as you can see right here, had an all-time low of 50 cents, all-time high of $58. Has a current circulating supply of 272 million, a total supply of 494 million, and that's because Solana can be staked. And of course, the main coin markets and Gate.io is on there as well if you click the actual market tab. As you have it right there. Now there's some other exchanges, Bitfinex, Huobi, OKEx. I personally don't use those. If you do, then hey, whatever floats your boat. Now go over to the news tab. And just 2 days ago, Power Ledger migrates from Ethereum blockchain to Solana despite upgrades. And Natalie Yakovenko explains why Solana will succeed. So some great articles on here you guys can check out. Solrise raises 3.4 million to build a centralized fund management protocol on Solana. So there's some great articles that you guys can come to if you want to read about the project. Okay, if you want to do your own self-analysis, if you want to look at historical data, but it is a really great project. Now, if you go over to the Solana website, as you can see, they have lightning speed for their transactions, a block time of 471 milliseconds. Average fee per transaction is 0.00025 of a dollar. And they're running a total of 1,160 nodes. That is amazing speed. Now, of course, here you can view their ecosystem, which scrolls endlessly. And the awesome thing about their site is it is very user friendly. So for instance, if I want to look at Solanium, it takes me to some information about Solanium. Okay. If I want to look at um, Decentology, it gives me some brief information about Decentology. If I want to learn more, I can click to learn more. Now, they have this cool feature called Try to Break Solana. Solana can process 50,000 transactions per second. If you don't believe them, you can use their stress test to test the network speed for yourself. So this awesome little interaction you can have with Solana. I mean, this is amazing. They have the opportunity for you to build decentralized apps on their blockchain. And then they also talk about the fact that they're scalable, low cost, and composable. Composability is going to be a next big thing you'll hear about a lot in the next bull run. And I don't mean if we have another run up at the end of the year or next year. I mean, as in after the next Bitcoin halving cycle, you will hear a lot about projects with composability. Now, you can also look up their community on Discord. You can look at the international applications that they have, as well as Twitter. Now, you can apply for a Solana grant and technical support in order to get your project built, which is very awesome, by the way. And also, Solana is a proof of history. So it's not a proof of work or proof of stake. It is a proof of history. If you want to learn more about how that works, then go watch my video about Solana and Solanium and what they mean for each other. And it also talks about its Tower BFT, the turbine, the Gulf Stream, sea level, pipeline, Cloudbreak, and their archivers. A really in-depth blockchain. I mean, when you actually learn about it, it will blow your mind away. So if you're interested in building a project, this is a very good ecosystem to be a part of. Okay, a very good ecosystem to be a part of. Hey, Lonster, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to share some of this information with you. And then if you come over to their network performance page, you can get a live update. Look how cool this is. You get a live update on their network and how it's currently running right now. I mean, this is amazing. It even shows you their circulating supply, their active stake. This is amazing. I mean, look at how interactive this is. You can see the recent blocks and the validators for those blocks, as well as the recent transactions. So this is awesome that you get this type of data live like this. And it actually shows you what validators are running the most confirmations of transaction. This is amazing. And so you can actually look at their validators to see the node versions, the effective staking APY, which is pretty good. The cumulative stake. I mean, this is amazing, guys. Look at all the stuff that you get just in. They have their live network of transactions. Ooh, somebody's failed. But nonetheless, you still get to see their transactions. You can come over and look at the blocks. You can also look at the tokens that are being purchased on the Solana network, which is amazing. I mean, look at how much USDT has passed through the Solana network from 113,000 accounts. $43 billion has passed through the Solana network in the last 24 hours. Isn't that crazy? Now, look up here at the top. Again, a project that nobody is paying attention to. And I keep telling you guys to pay attention to it. Solanium. 624,000 accounts. I mean, literally blowing away. Look, the closest thing to Solanium on the Solana network in terms of number of users is USDC stablecoin. Think about that. USDC stablecoin. Now, is the volume low? Yes, which is expected. It is a brand new coin. But I'm telling you right now, for a community that is this big, I would not sleep on it. This is not financial advice. Think of this as Mystic Rick's fortune cookie for you. Don't ignore Solanium. How about that? Now here's a chart of network supply, and this is so awesome. I mean, they make this. I mean, there's so much interaction, right? Their interface is very interactive. This is amazing. So they even tell you the wealth distribution so you can see how much people hold how much SOL, right? There's one wallet, okay? One wallet that holds 10 million SOL or more. There's 75 transactions of 1 million SOL or more. There's 1,187 transactions of 100,000 or more. And all the way up here at the top, which I don't know why you transact that little bit. It's probably like a fee. But 495 transactions of 0.0000001. So this is, I mean, this is so interactive. I love it, guys. I love it. So again, the project is called Solana. Okay. It is not just another cryptocurrency that people are throwing out there. It is actually a full-blown blockchain with a very deep ecosystem. Okay. And when I say their ecosystem runs deep, it runs deep. Okay. So Solana definitely has some credibility. I would not ignore it. Now, for everybody that's wanting me to get into the market for the day, now that we've gotten through our project for today, we won't save that. All right, so Bitcoin currently coming in at $32,527. It is up 2.01% over the 24-hour block. Ethereum in second at $1,962 now, up 3.97% on the 24-hour block. It is down 12.29% on the weekly. Binance is $304, up 3.01%. Well, now 2.88%. It's down 5.42% for the week. And Cardano coming in at $1.24, up 1.58% on the day, down 10.14% on the week. Current market cap is sitting in at $1.33 trillion with 63.26 billion over the 24-hour block. Bitcoin coming in 45.8% dominance, and ETH in a hefty second at 17.2% dominance. ETH gas currently coming in at 39 Gwei, and crypto market cap is still tracking a total of 10,898 cryptocurrencies and 385 exchanges. EOD Vet says hopefully catching 2 good shorts on Mana and Engine up 15% on each, hopefully more retrace. That is awesome, EOD Vet. That is awesome. I love hearing when you guys are making some good profits. Love it. Now, let's actually go over here and look at some charts. So I actually drew this line out. Now, I'm not in an open trade, but that tells you, that I actually draw some good trend lines, right? So the reason why I drew this trend line here is because as time passed, you're going to have to shift your trend lines, okay, to a point where you stop shifting them. The reason why I shifted them is because there wasn't enough data up in here because it went straight basically up, okay? So you have to get price to kind of ladder itself in order to make a trend line. So like this back up in here, right? You wouldn't be able to really make a trend in this area. You had to wait for it to kind of ladder out, and that gave you a solid trend to follow. That way, when it broke, you clearly saw that it had several times to break and didn't, right? And so when it broke and then confirmed the break, you knew the trend was headed downward. It broke and confirmed the break, so now the trend is headed downwards. And you can see on the confirmation candle, it went all the way as low as 32.425. Okay, RSI pointed down right now. This M right here gave us bearish divergence. So you can see here we had a higher high on price, and we set a higher high on RSI, and that brought us on down. RSI currently coming in at 46.48 on the hourly. So again, if you've watched my video on trading trend patterns, okay, there's a very defined cut and trend, right? You have the close below and the confirmation. Now, does it mean it won't reverse and come back above? No, it doesn't mean it won't. However, if you got in on a confirmation candle, you could have gotten in at around 32.6 and you could have gotten out at 32.4. Is it a lot of money? No, but you could have scalped the trade. Now, that is only if you are experienced, right? I would not trade that zone if you are not experienced. Now, the reason why you guys saw price come up is because we formed an inverse head and shoulders on the hourly. You can see it right here, okay? The other shoulders here. And so how you measure how long a head and shoulders is typically going to be, you typically measure from the neckline to the head, and you bring price here. And as you can see, the average candle still reached there. You had 2 wick above it, but 2 averaged right here. Okay, so that's typically how you measure a head and shoulders. Okay, now does it mean it will actually go that high? No, not necessarily, but typically that's the desired path and market pattern. EODVET says DCA up on the shorts, finally paying more attention to RSI, bear divergence, and entering at a better position. Starting to practice the micro bullish divergence trends. Nice, nice. That is awesome, man. I'm happy to see you guys making some gains. Now, again, if you got up in here when RSI peaked out, you'd have had to ride it a little bit, right? Because it came down and came right back up. But as long as you didn't close, I mean, you pretty much would have came up and saw it, you'd have broke even. But as long as you stayed in the trade and rode out the peak in that RSI, I mean, you would have made a juicy profit, right? Getting in at $34,000 and getting out at 31, right? You had plenty of time to get in, a couple hours to get out at 31. So it'd been a nice juicy trade. Um, and then of course, obviously when RSI bottoms out, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go to the moon. I mean, look, RSI only, bottoming out still only got price from 32,660 to a high of 33,340 on this trend, okay, and then crashed again. You have your bearish M right there, and then it crashed right on down. Another bearish M crashed right on down, okay, and then you had your head and shoulders form, and then you had the pump from the head and shoulders, the inverse head and shoulders. Yes, 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 you're right. You're right. Now, this would have been a good bottom to catch, right? Okay, because I mean, look, it just kept riding on up the ladder. So you could have gotten in, you know, 32, 33-ish and got out up here at 34. This would have been a good short to catch, okay? So this would have been a good short to catch. You could have gotten in at 35 or possibly at 35.7-ish, 35.8, and rode it all the way down and gotten out at 33. Okay, you would have wanted to get out during the trend change. Now, of course, as you change time frames, the RSI is going to change. We can look at how the 30 minutes going. The 30 minute is at 40. And it's headed on down. I mean, look, it just jumped off the 50 like it was jumping off a cliff. um, we can take a look at the 4 hourly. Okay, so on the 4 hourly, it's still on the first candle outside of the trend. So if you're trading on a bigger time frame, you would wait for the second candle to open on the trend, which there is 3 hours and 37 um, minutes left on that. So you'd wait for the next candle to open, and that gives you your trend if you're trading off the 4 hour. Now on the daily, right, if we come in here and we look at our daily, okay, you can still see my trends stick even on the daily, right? They're clearly defined even on the daily. Now, here again, and I want to make this distinction for you guys, okay? RSI on the daily peaked out during this run before the massive run up, okay? RSI peaked out way back here in January, guys. Now, I drew my line out to October, okay? I drew my line out to October. So if you look at RSI, look at what has happened, okay? We peaked here, right? Then rejection, 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 right? A triple rejection between June 29th and July 11th. So 3 days ago. So it attempted to break that pattern 3 times within less than 15 days. So what does that tell you guys? Now, of course, eventually if it does get squashed down in here, of course, it's not going to have anywhere to go but above it. Now, when it goes above it, does that mean that it's going to be some super pump? No, not necessarily. Okay, it could come out and do something like this, right? It doesn't mean that when it breaks this pattern that it's just going to spike straight up. Okay, now it could, but again, we have till October for it to dance around up under this line before maybe it could just continue to chop sideways. We don't know. But I want you guys to pay attention to that specific pattern, okay? What I think is going to happen, it's going to test this line one more time, and then we're going to see our markdown, our secondary markdown start, okay? We'll see our secondary markdown start. BTC looks to be increasing on RSI on smaller time frames for more downside, not seeing strong bullish divergence. Yeah, I haven't seen any strong bullish divergence either. So we'll actually we'll turn on some music here. All right, there we go. And for those that that wanted to check out my my NFTs, I'll actually I'll leave that link in the description for those that wanted to purchase some of the Mystic Rick NFTs. This one specifically is called Chiseled by Odin. There's some of my supermodel NFTs, but they are up here if you guys would like to grab one. So we can take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, it does. EOD. Okay, we have our trend. Now on the daily, we have enough to draw a trend, but I'm going to actually draw this trend on the 4 hourly, if you guys don't mind. So I'm not going to draw it on this candle here. It's an outlier candle. So I'm going to actually draw it on there. So if price were to break above there and confirm above it, as in, you know, go up, then that is a bullish line. This line was supposed to be red. RSI is looking like it's about to take a dump. It's a very small M though, so who knows? And then RSI has just been setting lower high after lower high after lower high, and lower low after lower low after lower low. We take a look at AMP. AMP's down to 4 cents. Really not doing too much here on the charts. It definitely broke above there. And then RSI peaked right out at 49.28. I mean, it's so close to the 50 line, you can't even tell that it's not hitting it. Hey, Oscar, what's going on? And so with this line right here, I mean, on the 4 hourly, I mean, you can't even really draw anything in terms of a trend with that just yet. I mean, I guess you could have connected here, but I'm just not, I'm not feeling it. you'd have had to trade this one on a 30-minute time frame. I mean, look at the trend line you would have had to have made on this before it dumped. That's a really funky trend line. But I mean, RSI did peak out. But I mean, whoop-de-doo. I mean, 5 cents to 4 cents. If we take our S&P on the daily, God, I mean, this is just getting ready to just take a massive just dump. Look at this. This is nuts. And RSI still hanging out up here in that overbought territory. On the 2 hour, it's the same. It's making the same exact formations even on different time frames. Look at that. This is the most, I mean, and the daily is sketch. Oops. So if we break that trend line, I needed to put another one in here. If we break that trend line, these are the step ladders that it's gonna test. If that makes sense to everybody, and it'll test this one right here too. Now, if we come over and look at Solana, that's on the daily. We'll go down to the hourly on Solana. As you can see, you got that clear break, guys, right? You got the clear break and trend right there. It retested, confirmed above, and just took off like a bat out of hell. Okay. And so now that it started that downtrend, how you would have charted that is, I mean, this would have had to have been your connection right here. So on the hourly, it's dumped under one and working on a second confirmation. It's got 26 minutes left to finish a confirmation, a double confirmation. Does anybody have any questions for me? Questions. It's open mic time. You guys can ask whatever questions you have. There's some nice juicy coins right here. I am not in an open trade right now. I'm just sitting on the sidelines. Okay. Big B510, what's going on? Likewise. Any top coins anybody want me to take a look at real quick? Why does it look so weird? There we go. Big B510. I did. It is a very solid project. I hope things go good for it. I'm still doing some more reading into it before I personally invest. But I mean, it's looking good. So that was your trend, right? To go short. So this was the candle to go short on. And of course it retested, but couldn't even last, came right back down.
Sweet dry ocean spray cranberry bites. Sweet dried cranberries covered in premium milk chocolate or tangy Greek yogurt for a satisfying snack you can feel good about. Available in a resealable bag, perfect for on the go.
And it's been stepping down. It's been stepping on down ever since. It's been stepping on down ever since. Now, what it's looking like, it's going to be, unless it starts to step out some, right? You get kind of some sideways action and down, sideways action and down. Until that happens, this is the current trend. That's the current trend to go long, right? It doesn't give you much room for error. So, I mean, it literally gives you no room for error. So, John, I wouldn't be opening any longs on that right now. It's just there's not enough data built yet to have a positive. See how this has enough data where it kind of goes up, right? It steps over, goes up, steps over, goes up. So it gives you a clear defined trend line, right? And how I know this is my trend, because it goes up in open space and then comes right back down and tests the trend. Okay? So in terms of longs, I would hold off on longs. If you want to ride the short down, that's fine, right? Because since there's not enough data built yet, the short could literally do something like this, right? So just because it breaks this line, there's just not enough data yet. What you want to see is something like this, right? So that way you can build the line out. Okay, I can actually take the line and start to, move it around off the wicks that hit it, and now that gives me enough trend to be comfortable with when it breaks. Okay, I know it's a solid break. Does that help? Right now in the hourly, RSI is, price is headed in downwards. You got some bullish divergence that built up, or bearish divergence that built, right? This right here, this bullish divergence was where you needed to go long. If you look at the daily, it's in oversold territory on the daily. That makes sense. Nice, EOD vet. Yeah, no problem. B510, no problem. Tesla's taking an ass whooping right now. Looks like it's about to go further down. I don't know. It might get a bounce. It looks like it might be about to turn some bullish divergence. Oh yeah, price double topped. Yeah, it's probably about to come back up. Look at that. Now that is a pronounced W. You could just, it looks like you just drew that thing. But look where Apple is on the daily. Ooh, I'd open up a nasty short. Apple's about to come down. Down, down, down. The last time they were that overbought, Apple crashed about 25%. Ooh. Ouch. Ah, man, some of these coins are just about to just pop. I mean, look at that just straight up action. Now, in crypto, we call it a bull run. In stocks, it's actually called a melt up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term, but that's what it's called in stocks. It's not called a bull run, it's called a melt up. I mean, look at the RSI. Even the RSI gave you that beautiful W. But like I always tell you guys, what's a W eventually becomes an M. Voyager offers interest on some coins after a minimum amount. My goal is to get some, there at least a few coins. Oh, nice. Nick B510 says, my wife inherited some Apple and Facebook stock. I think it might be time to take some profit. Yeah. I mean, cause look, let's look at the 4 hourly. Woof. Overbought on the 4 hourly. Right. It's overbought on the 4 hourly. It's overbought on the 2 hour. It's in overbought territory on the 1 hour. It's overbought on the 45 minute. It's almost overbought on the 30 minute. It's overbought on the weekly. Overbought on the monthly. Oh, that's gonna be so nasty when it comes down. Oh shit. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Just straight up. And that's the monthly. Look at that. I mean, literally just went straight up. That is a blow off top, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what a blow off top looks like? There you have it. Now, of course, melt ups work different than crypto, right? Melt ups run over the course of a couple years. But, I mean, there you have it. I would just, oof. Not the hourly, I meant to click the daily. I would just, I mean, it could go up a little more. Who knows? It could go up a little more. But that beautiful W is already played out. Yep, you can always wish you waited, but gains are gains. Now of course, for legal purposes, this isn't financial advice. However, please pay attention to that W that's already played out. And what happened to my dang on music? It already stopped playing. That was a short list. Let's play some Timbaland. All right, guys. So if you see here on a daily, we're still caught in that symmetrical, or excuse me, that macro downtrend that I showed you guys about. Now, it doesn't mean it'll play out. Okay, it doesn't mean it'll play out. But we are caught in a macro head and shoulders, okay? Again, it doesn't mean it's going to play out. And the mountain base is that's your mountain base right there. So if that macro head and shoulders does plays out, then of course it's another run that confirms my theory again. And then I can go ahead and publish it. Again, if people are interested in the white paper behind my theory, I can send it to you. It's obviously not published yet because I'm still adding to it, right? A run is still happening, so I'm still adding data, I'm still adding some math to it. But the language is already there. What do I think about B Pro? It's a decent project. Yeah, B Pro is a decent project. It's got a total supply of 10 billion, circulating supply of 6.76 billion, which means it has some type of staking rewards. 0.003, it could be a steal. Or it could be a steal. I mean, if you would have got in at 0.0007 and sold at 2 cents, I mean, that would have been a killer profit. This is when BitBoy was pumping it. It's got 406,000 24-hour volume. It's not bad. It's not bad for a coin that's only a year and a half old. And if we look at it, it is it's 92% off from its all-time high. So you can definitely DCA into it. It doesn't mean it can't go down more, but it's obviously safe at this point to DCA into. It's 92% off. It can be grabbed on Uniswap, KuCoin, BitMax, and Biloxi. I might have to scoop me some of that on BitMax. I use BitMax. If you're in America and you're using BitMax, of course, you're going to need a VPN. You need a VPN for you don't need one for Gate, but I use one. You need one for BitMax. You need one for Poloniex. I don't use FTX US, but I use FTX Pro. They just have more coins that you can't get in FTX US. And so you do need a VPN if you use that one too. And then of course, you need one if you're using Bybit to trade. But yeah, B Pro is a good coin. Let's see who took the biggest ass kicking of the day. There's actually a way to. Actually, I'm gonna look at it on CoinGecko. Oh, Telcoin's down 25%. Kusama's down 22%. Theta's down 20%. Uniswap's down 20%. Polygon's down 19%. Sushi Swap's down 19%. Thorchain's down 18.9%. Dot's down 18.2%. Whew. Yep. It is. Chainlink down 16.2% over the 7-day period. Yep, Link is definitely January prices. Link catching those hands. Yeah, I heard something about that. Big B510. I never purchased any game. See, y'all think that's sad? Have you seen Zcash? Let me show you something about Zcash. Look at that. Imagine buying up here and Zcash crashing all the way down to 47 bucks on you. And just knowing that the only way you'd ever see Zcash at prices like that is like, well, never again. So I feel sorry for the people that bought up there. Or that bought it like pre-launch and then it got up there and they didn't cash out because they, got greedy, and then some exchanges it got up to 5,500. God, that just makes you want to throw up. Fitting music for all this red action. Ave's down. Yeah, Ave took a hit. Tron, Filecoin, VeChain's down 13.9%. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, VeChain's 74% off of its all-time high, so you could start. Look at this. It's 74% off from its all-time high, but it's still 3,600% up from its all-time low from last March. Isn't that nuts? I mean, doesn't it just hurt your feelings that you didn't purchase VeChain back here? Yeah, man. These coins out here getting slaughtered. Who's next? Who's next? These moon boys better run. Who's next? Bitcoin's getting stalked right now. 32.6. It's bleeding, ladies and gents. It's bleeding, ladies and gents. It's being stalked. It may bounce here. Come back up to this level. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, man. We gotta get these bear coins going. It's our little killer secret right there. Uh, Man, could you imagine if EOS Bear just went to freaking? I mean, bro, I just needed to go to 50 cents. That's it. Not even once. I mean, yeah, go ahead and run up to, $5. I'm good with $10 million. I mean, hey, it's gotten there before. I don't even think TradingView can track it. I mean, these leverage bear coins can run. They can run. Bro, it wouldn't even have to go anywhere near this, right? If it just... Generational wealth. And as if it just only got up to here, bro. I don't even need that, though. If it can just... if it could just get here. For real. And not the leverage coins y'all guys think about. They're different type of leverage coins. You guys are used to the ones that say something like EOS 3 S or something. They say something like that.
Bring the action.
When niggas in the club, you gotta turn the shit up. You gotta turn the shit up.
I ain't gotta turn nothing up, Brittany.
When we up in the
Big B510, they're a different type of leverage coins, right? So they're not actual cryptocurrency like you see the EOS or Bitcoin 3L or whatever. It's different, right? These are different. they're derivatives. So you have to find them on like FTX. So think about this. When the bull market goes up, the bear coins go down. Okay? Because they're leveraged against it. Okay? So bull market goes up, leveraged coins go down. Bull market comes down, leveraged coins go up. So Bitcoin bull Bitcoin bull. Why does it keep making my line crooked? Bitcoin bull reached $150,000. Oh, see, it says it right here. FTX. Right here. FTX. FTX. Now, does it mean it'll, some of these coins will pump like this? No. But I tell you what, let EOS barrel run to $20, $40, $60. I'll tell everybody sayonara. Have you ever seen that little video, the barbecue in the backyard? And I think his name's Larry. He shows up and he just slaps everybody in the backyard. And then the cops show up and he slaps the cops too. And then he slaps the little kid. And then he slaps the cat out of the tree.
Bring home a new Sealy mattress for only $99 or pay 0% interest for 60 months on select Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest Black mattresses starting at $29 per month or get up to $300 Ashley Cash. Ashley Home Store. Come check out our 2 locations in Killeen. This is home. Online availability may vary.
It was hilarious.
Store or ashleyhomestore.com for details.
But yeah, you can find see, this is BTC Bull. Pretty sure it got up to 150, but on here it's showing 122,000. See, the bull run, right? It will go down to like the weekly so you can see it better. See how it looks just like the actual Bitcoin, right? So you had your bear market. It's down in the bear market. It's the long token, so it pumped up in the bull run. So it literally went from $2,700 up to $150,000 or $120,000 and back down to $4,000. Can you imagine if you didn't sell up here? Oof. Got your whole face shot off. And so basically the bear coin was doing this, right? So if Bitcoin, were to keep basically pushing down, right? Bear coin just keep coming up. teach you guys some interesting stuff on this channel. Hope everybody learned something tonight. Jeez, why does my chart look so ugly? Oh, because I was looking at it on the daily, that's why. I think. Or was it the 4 hour? Why does my arrows look so jacked up? What the hell happened? Okay, there we go. That looks about right. That looks about right. Yeah, no problem, Big B 510. No problem. Crypto at the wrong time, March, but I'm looking at. Hey, man, hey, it's a learning lesson, right? Everybody learns, right? Everybody learns. It's never too late to, relax and take notes. Just relax and take notes. $32.5. All right. Well, yeah, so that's all you guys can do for right now, right? Relax and take notes. Do due diligence on projects. Every week I'll be sharing some new content for you guys, whether it's a live video or whether it's an actual content video. And I hope every day somebody learns something new. If you guys have anything for me, make sure to drop it in the comment section. I really appreciate you all for coming. And if you guys are out traveling for summer break, please be safe. I care about your safety more than I care about gains. Yeah. So that's all I got for you guys. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. Remember, if you're going through some tough times right now, whether it's because of, the pandemic, whether it's because of work, loss of a relative, loss of another loved one, always remember that nothing's ever worth taking your life, and that no matter what you're going through in life, somebody out there's going through way worse. And for that, you should be grateful. Okay. But that's all I got for you guys. Be blessed. Mystic Rick will see you tomorrow.